Time for school, time for music, time to learn together. We can do it. Learning is fun with Mr. C. Learning is fun with Mr. C. And welcome, my middle schoolers and high schoolers. We're a little bit running a little bit late this morning. Okay, I do apologize for that. Had some technical difficulties getting on, but here we are. We are here and getting ready to go. Our music class today has to do with sight reading in the key of E flat. I'm going to show you all about that, guys. So basically have your manuscript paper ready. Okay, make sure you have that. Okay, if you are a student of the academy, make sure you go onto our platform to find the PDF of the manuscript paper. Okay, it should have the Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy logo on the heading, but find it on our platform and print it out. Okay, and make copies. Okay, as I've said before. Okay, but if you happen to have also a manuscript notebook, okay, such as this one that I have right here, if you happen to have something like this, spiral notebook with already made out staff lines, then by all means take it out. Have it ready with a good pencil and an eraser, and we'll get started. All right. First things first, though, we're going to do our stretches. All right. And then we're going to go into doing our hymn today, guys, which is our hymn selection is Old Rugged Cross by George Bernard. We've been doing this all week with all the other classes. So Old Rugged Cross. Rugged is spelled R-U-G-G-E-D. Okay, so when you go onto your Google search engine, my middle schoolers and high schoolers, go right onto Google, type in Old Rugged Cross, and type in the word lyrics, and those and those lyrics could pop up right away. In a little morning voice this morning. Okay, but in any event, this particular song was written by George Bernard. Okay, Bernard is spelled B-E-N-N-A-R-D. Okay, not the regular Bernard, but Bernard. Okay, so George Bernard wrote this particular song, and we are going to praise God and sing it before we get started on our lesson. All right, but while you guys are getting that ready, everybody sit up nice and straight. Make sure your feet are flat on the floor, your hands are in your laps, your back is straight, your shoulders are down and relaxed, your neck taking your tactical cue. Okay, your two palms on the sides of your temples and lifting up, so that this way your posture remains there. Make sure the chin is a little bit down. Okay, now as we are over here, everybody put one hand on your stomach, take a deep breath. When you breathe in, stomach goes out. When you breathe out, stomach goes in. Okay, ready? This was like part of some of our vocal lessons that we've had in the past. So everybody breathe in, breathe out. Breathing oxygen is such an important thing for the brain, or just your organs, period. Okay, so let's breathe in again and breathe out. Now we're going to breathe through our stretches. Remember to breathe through your stretches when we're doing it. Okay, so everybody reach up into the sky as high as you can and breathe. All right, great job, everybody. Lower the hands and start rolling the shoulders back. These are good stretches to get ready to sing, okay? Just for mobility purpose, period, okay? Everybody roll the shoulders forward now. Roll the shoulders forward. Great. Everybody now rotate the necks in a circle, slowly breathing all the way around. All right, everybody rotate in the other direction. Working out the kinks, everybody, working out the kinks. Good, everybody look all the way up, all the way down, all the way to your left, all the way to your right. Tilt your heads to the left, tilt to the right, and shrug and hold. And bring it down. Once again, shrug and hold. And bring it down. Great job, everybody. Now everybody put your hands in front of you like this and start opening and closing your hands. Okay, just for mobility purposes, warming up the grip strength. Not that we'll be doing much but writing, but even so, this is just good for overall health. Okay, everybody squeeze and hold, keep squeezing as hard as you can. Keep squeezing, and shake it out. Shake those shoulders. up and down. And one more deep breath in, deep breath out. And we are good to go, everybody. So let's do this. Okay, so Old Rugged Cross. Once again, as I mentioned before, it was written by George Bernard. And if you take a look at those lyrics, okay, content is important when we're reading. When we're singing, I should say, we want to know what we're singing about. And that's really the benefit of doing a hymn before you start anything, before you start the day. Okay, you wake up in the morning, you're getting ready. It's such a good thing to just have hymns playing, just listening. Even you may want to sing along when that's happening, okay? Or put it on your phone or something with some with some earpiece or something like that. This way nobody around you in the household is bothered, okay? You don't want to blare music throughout while people are still trying to sleep, in your household, that type of thing. So it's always good to look up, whether you have Spotify or whether you have, Apple Music or whatever you collect music from. It's always good to find through those platforms, find different hymns, just to get to your, of course, tuning into this channel, okay, tuning into Mrs. C's Homeschool Music Academy channel here on YouTube is such a good thing because you get a little bit of a repertoire here. We do hymns all the time, but at the same time, if you just want to collect some hymns of your own, get to know them, maybe some of the ones we've done. There are so many. There's so many. So there's many that you probably never even heard of. Okay, probably that I haven't heard. I'm sure that I haven't heard of. Okay, but yeah, kind of get into making a playlist of some kind. Even if it's through YouTube. It's through YouTube. They have plenty of songs, definitely hymns, plenty of stuff, plenty of hymns that you can find anywhere, and then just get to know them. Plug them into plug an earpiece into your device or something, and just listen. Get your mind straight. Okay, but here we are going to sing along. Okay, so Old Rugged Cross in the first verse. Okay, and again, as I was speaking about, the benefit is the content. What are we singing about? Okay, what is it? How in the lyrics are we praising God? Well, again, these lyrics are inspired by the Bible. So when you hear it and you listen to it, and when you sing along to it, you read through those lyrics, you understand. It's the idea of what God does for his people. And in this case of this song, it says, on a hill far away, this is the first verse, on a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. Okay, so right now, the old rugged cross, the cross is where Christ was crucified on, okay, for his people. The cross bears no, it's not a symbol of power. I think that's where zealots and lots of people who are zealots and everything, when they read about the cross or they learn about the cross, they think it's a symbol of power. No, it's just a reminder that God gave up his life for his people and took it back, and also overcame death. The only one that could do that. That's what's fantastic about it. And when we think of the cross, that old rugged cross, and as in the Bible it says, we have to take up our own cross and follow God. When we understand that, it's more of a worldly hardship that we'll gladly go through, just because he did so much for us already. Okay, so as the rest of the lyrics continue in verse 1, it says, and I love that old cross where the dearest and best, that's his chosen, his people, okay, and loves that cross, loving the cross, not because it's a cross. Not, we might look at jewelry and say, okay, that's a beautiful cross crucifix that you have there, oh, so beautiful. It's not the beauty of it that we're looking at. It's the understanding of, again, what God did. That's the beautiful part. That's the wonderful part, where we count ourselves unworthy, but God, for his chosen, what he decides, who he decides to be worthy or not, that's totally up to him. And if he counts you worthy, that's still something to be in awe about. Why, Father? Why am I? And why me? I'm so full of sin, but he does it anyway. And then it ends in that last line, for a world of lost sinners, for a world of lost sinners was slain. Okay, so that's where he was slain, and slain among, by sinners, allowed himself to do that, and that is just like amazing. But he did it for his people. He did it for his people so that they have salvation. That's what's fantastic about that. And then in the chorus, it says, so that this is the resolution. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. So anything I've accomplished in this world, and it really doesn't mean much of anything else. As long as I have salvation with God, then, everything else doesn't matter. I will cling to the old rugged cross. I will, in other words, really, what are we clinging to? A cross, an inanimate object, or are we clinging to what? To him, to the hardship that he put himself through for us. Okay, if we are his chosen, right? And exchange it someday for a crown. Exchange it, okay, now I have my cross to bear while I'm in the world, but at the same time now, now when God, if and when God chooses me, then fantastic, happy day. He's giving me a crown because what? His people are royalty. That's what it says in another scripture of the word, So, and then, most of, the second verse along with the second chorus, it's, pretty much goes along with that idea, Again, we just stand in awe of what it means, of what the cross means. Not that it has any power, but just what it means for him to die for us. So much so that we can't really even completely explain it. It's a spiritual thing. So how do we explain that? But we still praise him in this way, through this song. This song is a reminder of that, just like that symbol of the cross is a reminder. Okay, visually, it's a visual reminder. Okay, and so we bring that out in this song. So what I'd like everybody to do is sit up nice and straight. Maintain that posture, okay? I'm going to go over to the piano and let's do our best. Let's sing along to Old Rugged Cross, once again by George Bernard. Here we go. On a hill far away stood an old rugged cross, the emblem of suffering and shame. And I love that old cross, where the dearest and best for a world of lost sinners was slain. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. To the old rugged cross I will ever be true. It's a shame and reproach gladly bear. Then he'll call me someday to my home far away, where his glory forever I'll share. So I'll cherish the old rugged cross till my trophies at last I lay down. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. I will cling to the old rugged cross and exchange it someday for a crown. And that was Old Rugged Cross, once again by George Bernard. Everybody give yourselves a nice round of applause. If you were able to sing along with that, great job, everybody. But if not, if you had a little bit of difficulty singing through it, that's okay. You know what to do. Go right back to the video, replay it with your lyrics in hand, and just practice, 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 okay? Okay, so that was Old Rugged Cross, once again, by George Bernard. Let's get right to our lesson. Get out your manuscript books, your manuscript paper, okay? Hopefully with the ones with the Mr. C's Homeschool Music Academy logo. If you're a student of the academy, that's I specifically love that those sheets that we were able to provide for our students is because the spacing of it is really fantastic. I love the way it's formatted. So, yeah, I like it. I'm a little bit partial to my own, okay? But have those ready with a good pencil and an eraser in case you make mistakes, okay? We are going to go right to our lesson. Take a look. I'm going to adjust the camera. Just my tripod over here. Forgive the close-up of my face. I apologize. Nobody wants to be that close to someone's face. Okay, but here we go. Take a look. So we have our own example here in the key of E flat. Now, how do we know that? How, again, do we know that we are in the key of E flat? Okay, so take a good look. Watch this. Making sure you all can see me. Okay, and I'll just make an adjustment over here. Okay, great. So if we take a very good look over here at the what? The key signature. Okay, we said we're in the key of E flat. So hey, in order to be in the key of E flat, our key signature has to have flats. How many in particular? 3 flats. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Remember that the flat symbol, again, guys, the flat symbol. That's the worst flat symbol I've ever written there. Okay, let me try that again. I don't like that. It looks more like a lowercase b. It kind of supposed to sort of resemble a lowercase b. However, if you're writing your own flat symbol, okay, make sure you got the one line and then kind of angle curve the loop there. Okay, that's what you want. That's a better looking flat. Okay, so this again, if you recall, it lowers any note. Really? For goodness sakes, I'm just having one of those kind of mornings. You ever had those kind of mornings? Okay, nothing seems to be going right, but in actuality, we are very grateful to be alive. Okay, lowers a note by a half step. Okay. Okay, it lowers any natural note by a half a step. So that's what the flat symbol does for when it's placed in front of any note. But as you recall, when it comes to labeling or identifying every note in a particular key signature, right? We're not looking for the flat symbols to be in front of any note per se. They're not supposed to visually be there because the key signature itself tells us which notes are flatted and which aren't, okay? But let's go back to just identifying the key signature. What key are we in? I did say E flat. Yes, I gave you the answer. But what was the rule in order to identify it? It's not even enough if you have 3 flat. Yes, the key of E flat does contain 3 flats. But let's say somebody puts them in the wrong place. Let's say that happens, okay? So if okay, let me see if you guys can see. Yeah. So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to draw some, staff lines over here. Okay. And I don't want you to write this down. Okay. You don't have to write this down. But let's say we are looking at, in the treble clef, we're looking at a key signature and we're looking for 3 flats. And you're looking to see if somebody actually knows how to place those flat symbols. Let's say we have one over here where we're supposed to be on the B line, right? And then we have one over here where it's supposed to be on the E space, okay? But then we have somebody put it right over here on this G space. Let's say that happens, okay? Well, the first two are in the correct spots. However, the last one, because it's angled off to the right more, right? That's how we know that's how we know this is the last one. The last one is misplaced, okay? All right, and that could go for any of the other flats. If they're in the wrong spot on the staff, then you definitely do not want to, consider this an E flat, okay? Because what is the rule? If we look over here on this side, okay, what is the rule again? The rule is that you're supposed to take the last or only flat and count down 4 steps from that last flat. So if our last flat is over here, really, one in the B line, one in the E space, and then the last one on the A space. You see how the flat symbol there, the loop there is on the A space. We're going to count down 4 steps from there. From your A, 1, your G is 2, your F space is 3, and then your E line is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 steps. That's 4 steps down from the last flat, and it lands on the E. Okay? It's not the key of E. It's still not the key of E. Why? Because why? There is a flat sign on the E space. Therefore, because there's a flat line on the E space, whether the note is in the space or is on the line, E is flat. Therefore, we are in the key. I'll use another marker there. We are in the key of E flat. Okay? That's how we know. Taking the last or only flat, counting down, and the last flat is on the A space, your A flat. Okay? You count down 4 steps, you land on the E line. E is flat in the key signature. We're in the key of E flat. Okay? And in the key of E flat, the notes that are flat are B flat, E flat, of course, namesake of the key signature, and A flat, because it's in the A space. Okay? So E flat, A flat, and E flat, A flat, and B and E flat. Oh my goodness. E flat, B flat, and A flat. Okay. I got all the right ones. I'm just not pointing to the right ones. Okay. But anyway, all right. Mistakes. Like I said, I'm having one of those kind of mornings. Okay. But that's how we know this example is in the key of E flat. Okay. And in the key of E flat, your B is flat, your E is flat, your A is flat. All the other notes, though, remain to be natural. Those are regular natural. Now, going back to this example, this mistake that I made over here, if you have your B flat, just like I said, then your E flat, but then you have your flat sign. Somebody put their flat sign on the G line. If you do that and you count down 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, and 4, you would land on your D space. It would, then we would think that we were in the key of D. We would think we're in the key of D. But is that right? Not so. Remember, last week we did our example in the key of D. And the key of D, if you recall, what we did in the key of D, what the key signature looked like in the key of D, they were what? 2 sharps. Remember that? We did our example last time in the key of D, and they were 2 sharps. Okay? F sharp and C sharp. Take the last or only sharp, go up a step, and what do you have? Your D line. So this would be the key of D. Okay? This is the key of D. So how can this be the key of D and this be the key of D as well? In the key of D, your F is sharp and your C is sharp. So this, having these 3 flats and then misplacing any of the flats, really, any of the flats, misplacing it could be a very bad, it could be a detriment to you understanding what key you're really in, okay? So again, placement of those sharps is, and flats, sharps and flats. The correct placement is very important, making sure you have that. So in the key of E flat, in this case, in the key of E flat, the correct placement would be first flat on the B line, second flat on the E space, third flat on the A space. Make sure for the key of E flat, you have those specific positions right there, okay? And hopefully you guys are copying this. This is the correct one. Obviously, this is the incorrect one. This is the correct one, okay? So make sure you have that, okay? Now, let's sight read, okay? It's time to sight read all of our notes, okay? So again, our key signature tells us a lot. If we come across a B anywhere on the staff, a B anywhere, we're going to make sure we refer to it. We identify that note as B flat. If we find a note on the E line or the E space or anywhere on any kind of E on any part of the staff, okay, it's going to be an E flat. If we find it in the A space, so if we find an A note on the A space, or let's say even the high A in the ledger line above the treble clef staff, any A whatsoever, okay, it's going to be referred to as A flat because the key signature tells us to write in advance that every B, E, and A is flatted, okay? They are the flat versions, not the natural. Everything else like C, F, G, okay, all the D, all the other notes are natural notes, all right? So take your pencils right now. Let's identify. Let's identify. I'm going to take my orange marker this time. Marker. What did I say? Marker. Chalk. Orange chalk. Okay, and use my orange chalk to identify these notes. So we're in 4/4 meter, by the way. Okay, there's our time signature telling us that every measure is going to be counted at 4 beats each. Every measure is 4 beats each. While the bottom number 4 tells us that the quarter notes are worth 1 beat, okay? So we don't have to worry about, whether the amount of beats, in the notes are correct as far as that I've taken care of. We just have to worry about labeling the notes. And what do we worry about when it comes to labeling the notes? We have to worry about the location of the note head, not the stem, remember, not the stems, but the note heads. That is what counts. Wherever the note heads are, whether they be on a line or they be in a space, okay, we identify that and use the correct formulas. Remember, lines in treble clef, every good boy does fine, E, G, B, D, F. And your spaces in treble clef is the word face, and you spell F, F-A-C-E. Okay, so take a good look. First 3 notes. We could kill 3 notes in one stone. 3 notes with one stone right over here. Okay. Notice how every single note head, each note, the quarter note, and the half note there, 1, 2, 3, hold 4. Okay, those quarter notes each, all those notes, each note there is on the line. Okay, it's on that bottom line. Lines formula for treble clef. Every good boy does fine, right? So we start to do our formula every. Oh no, we don't need to go on any further because all 3 of them are on the every line, okay? And you'll have that. You won't always have in music random notes always on different parts of the staff, on different lines and spaces on the staff. Sometimes you'll have, hey, 3 notes in a row right there on the same line, okay? Now, so that means, again, we're on the every line. That would make it an E, right? Is that an E? Are each of these... Okay, we take our pencil and then we label it as E. Is that correct? I hope you're saying no. I hope you're saying no because, yeah, remember, we're in the key of E flat. Why? The key signature tells us that every E is an E flat. There it is on the E space. So goes to say it's the same thing with this bottom E. These are E notes, but in the key of E flat, we got to recognize them as flats. Okay, so there we got 3 E flats to start with in the first measure. All right, now next measure we got 2 pairs of eighth notes plus a half note. 1 and 2 and 3, hold 4. 1 and 2, and right, each eighth note is half a beat each. A half note is 2 beats long. Okay, so 2 beats held. So we have first eighth note right here. Happens to be, look at where the note head is, on the line. Okay, so lines formula, apply the lines formula, every good boy. Okay, so therefore that makes it a B. Okay, is that correct? Absolutely not. It's still not correct yet. Why? Because look, our key signature tells us B is what? B is flat. Okay, so take your pencil, make sure you label it as B flat. Label this note as B flat. But then the next one, take a look. It's in that space formula, face, right? Spell face from the bottom space and go work your way up to the note. And F, A, okay, there's our A note. Okay, but is that correct? Nope. I hope you said no because look at the A space. look at our key signature. There's a flat on the A space. See it? Therefore, it is an A flat. In the key of E flat, B is flat, A is flat, as well as the E is flat, okay? Next note, second line from the bottom, lines formula. Every good boy that's fine. Every good, okay? That makes it a G. So let's put it as G flat. Oh, something wrong? Yes, of course there's something wrong. There is no G flat in the key signature. We got a B flat, we got an E flat, we got an A flat. No flat on the G line or any other G, or not even in the G space. There's no flat there. So let's get rid of that. Okay, it is a regular G natural. Okay, next note is on the space, bottom space, space formula, face, spell face, F. No, we don't have to go any further. There's our F, right? Uppercase F for that eighth note. And it's not a flat because there are no flats. There are no F flats in the key of E flat. Okay, next one, half note. In the space, in between those two lines, there's a space note. We use that space formula again. F, A, and flat. According to our key signature, it is an A flat, okay? Next note over here, let's kind of go back in time a little bit. Oh, shoot, yeah. We have a B flat over here on this line. So this quarter note also stands to be the same thing. It is also a B flat because of the key signature. So please write a B flat. Or if you just wanted to use an excuse to use the formula again, every good boy, B flat because of the key signature. There's our B flat. Next one is in the space, the third space up. Space formula, everybody. So spell out face from the bottom. Everybody go, and F-A-C. All right, so we write C. Is it a C flat? Absolutely not, okay? There's only B flat, E flat, and A flat in this key signature. So C is a natural note. Here we go. Next quarter note also happens to be on that same B flat line. So we label it as such. Okay, there we go. And we got on the last measure, everybody. Last measure. Here we go. Half note. 1, hold 2. Half note 3, hold 4. Okay. That's 4 beats with those 2 notes. Okay, we're in the final measure, and it's on the E line, making it an E flat, as we are in the key of E flat due to the key signature. So label it as such, E flat. Okay, last note, space formula, everybody. Spell out face from the bottom and go, F-A-C-E. And that's our high E, actually. Not just our high E, but our high E flat. Even more so, we know, it's more solidified that that's an E flat because our flat symbol in the key signature happens to be in the E space. Okay? All right. So you have your low E flat on the bottom line, and then your high E flat in the last. Okay? And then if you were to actually play it, if I were to actually play it, okay? Would you like to hear how it sounds? Of course we would. Let's listen to how this sounds. You're not going to see me, of course. All right, but follow along. Follow with your eyes along the notes there. With your eyes, just follow along. Okay, we're in a 4/4 meter again, so we're counting at 1, 2, 3, 4. If you like, I'm going to do it. If you like, sing the letter names. Okay. So here we go. Here's our E flat. This is what our E flat sounds like. There we go. Okay, so E flat. Actually, I'm gonna go an octave. I'm gonna sing an octave lower. E flat. Right. I'm gonna play right here. I'm gonna play up here. There. E flat. E flat. Okay. So here I go. I'm gonna count myself in at 4. You guys can come in with me. Ready? 1, 2. Ready. Here we go. And E flat. E flat. E flat. Hold 2. B flat. Here we go. B flat. A flat. D. F. A flat, hold 2, and B flat, C, hold 2, and B flat, and B flat, hold 2, and E flat, hold 2, and off. So notice how it goes from the low E flat to the high E flat. It's like a do, low do, and a high do there. Okay, I kind of stumbled a little bit. I slowed down a little bit over here in the second measure. Let me do that again. I just want to do that one more time. Guys, sing along with me. Here we go. Sing those letter names. Here's my E flat right there. Okay, here we go. And 1, 2, ready. Here we go. And E flat, hold 2, and B flat, A flat, G, F. A flat, hold 2, and B flat, C, hold 2, and B flat, E flat, hold 2, and D flat, hold 2, and off. Okay? So that was the melody. We just identified all those letter names, and that is how the actual melody goes. Okay? Isn't that amazing? Okay? Is it my best work? Okay, but you get to hear how it sounds, okay? And that's something that you can do, guys, on your own. If you made up your own melody, okay, and then you just find the notes on the piano, okay? We did, here's the thing. We've done a piano lesson some time ago. It was quite a while ago, okay? Sometime last year. We did some piano basics, okay? So I think later on, much later on, not right away, but much later on, we're going to go back to that, just so that we can apply what we write or read, okay, on music paper, okay, on a sheet of music, and actually play it on the piano afterwards, okay? So we're going to get into that a little bit more. But guys, great job today. Give yourselves a nice round of applause, okay? Hopefully that you guys have gotten all of this down. That's why you have your manuscript paper. Make sure you write everything down, okay? Maybe not necessarily this wrong example over here. This was just kind of for your visual understanding of how placement in your flats, your sharps, okay, placement of your accidentals to create your key signature is very important. Make sure you have those where they're supposed to be so that you can identify the correct key signature at the time. Whatever key you're in, you can identify it correctly. That's the idea. Okay? But guys, great job once again. Great job sticking with me and doing this, guys. As always, I wish you happy practicing. Okay? And take care of yourselves. At 10:45 Eastern Standard Time, we're going to do our time for him. So please join us and tell the world. Okay? We're going to do our time. We're going to do our time for him, where we will select a different hymnal, okay, to sing, and just continue to praise God. A little continuation of praising God and getting our day off on the right foot, guys. Okay, so yeah, be there 10:45 Eastern Standard Time to just sing a hymn, sing along with me a different hymn. And again, I wish you happy practicing, and I wish you a very good day, guys. Take care, guys. Have a good one. Bye.